Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner. In this video, I'm gonna do another book review. Maybe that should become a thing on my channel because I read books not as much as I used to because I seem to be too busy all the time and I literally don't have time for anything. So today I'm going to be talking about The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This is also the author from Everything Everything, which is another great book, and it's also a movie that came out last year, and both the movie and the book amazing, so you should check that out. I really like the cover of the book. It's so colorful and it really catches your attention. I was walking through Barnes & Noble and the book literally caught my attention, and yeah, that's what covers are supposed to do. This is actually, believe it or not, a quick read. So first off, I would like to start by reading you the synopsis of the book, which was also an extremely helpful element that made me want to read the book too. So honestly, everything that's happening in this book worked. This is what it says on the synopsis, which is inside the book, and it says, the story of a girl, a boy, and the universe. So first there's Natasha, and it says, I'm a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate, not destiny, or dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy in a crowded New York City street and falls in love with him. Now when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica, falling in love with him won't be my story. And then there's Daniel, and it goes as follows. I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations, never the poet or the dreamer, but when I see her, I forget all about that. Something about Natasha makes me think that fate has something much more extraordinary in store for both of us. And then there's the universe. Every moment in our lives has brought us to the single moment. A million future lies before us. Which one will come true? Honestly, this is probably my favorite synopsis that I've ever read, and the book seriously does not disappoint. So, as the synopsis suggests, there's two main characters, Natasha and Daniel. So Natasha she's black and she's from Jamaica, and her parents are immigrants and they're kind of here illegally. So her dad got into a DUI and he was drunk, and he admitted to the authorities that he was illegal in the country, which led to the government deporting the whole family. So Natasha has been in the United States since she was very little, so that is the United States is their home, that's all she knows. And then there's Daniel, who is Korean. His parents are very strict, especially his father. He wants him to date a Korean girl, he wants him to be a doctor, and he wants to follow that, he wants him to have that certain future that he has envisioned for him. But let's be honest, Daniel, he's a poet, he doesn't want to be a doctor, he wants to have dreams, and he wants to follow his own dreams, not his father's dreams. So there's that whole backstory of the characters. The interesting thing about this book is that the whole book is based off of one day. Okay, so basically, Natasha, who doesn't believe in fate, and she's all about science and facts, and she also doesn't believe in love because she understands that love is just a bunch of hormones. And then there's Daniel, who is a poet, is a dreamer, he believes in fate, destiny, he's all about that, he's a romantic. So these two characters come together by chance in New York City, and basically everything changes. And Daniel kind of falls in love with her at first sight, I want to say. Like, he's very attracted to her and he really wants to pursue her. So what ends up happening is Daniel gets on this mission of wanting to make her fall in love with him. Not only because he's interested in her, but also because she doesn't believe in love and fate and any of that. So he wants to prove her that love is real, is not just science. There's this experiment which I actually saw in one episode of The Big Bang Theory before. So there's actually this scientific experiment to make people fall in love. So basically there are 36 questions, I believe, and then that you have to ask each other, and that's made to bring the two people closer together so that you kind of feel empathy for each other and you start having feelings for each other. And then at the end of the questionnaire, you have to stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes, and that's a scientific experiment for falling in love. So they thought, at least Daniel thought it was fun, that because she only believes in science, let's bring science into this and make science make us fall in love. Basically, the book is, will they fall in love or not? Will she actually end up believing in destiny and fate, and will she fall in love with him, and will she be able to stay in America? If you love reading books, I really would love for you to read this book, because also if you're a hopeless romantic like I am, you have to read this book. Sometimes the biggest moments of your life were only possible because of a million little things that had to happen in a certain way so that it was all leading to that one moment. And I think that's mind-blowing and it's amazing. I love that concept. Another thing that I want to mention about the book is that while you're reading it, I'm not quite sure about the technical names for it, but there's a double narrative throughout the book. The book is not told just from one narrator or just like from the point of view of one person. It keeps changing between Daniel and Natasha. So one chapter is Daniel speaking from his point of view, and then it switches to Natasha and then Daniel again, which I thought it was really cool, and that way you actually get to see what each character is actually feeling and thinking and wants to do, and that way you also get the backstory of both characters. And also because it keeps changing between the characters while the book is being narrated, that I think that also makes the chapters shorter, which makes the book easier and quicker to read. So if I'm gonna give it like a rate or a grade for this one, I'm honestly gonna give it like a 4.5 or even a 5 out of 5 for this one. It is amazing. If you're all about destiny, seriously, you have to read this. If you're a hopeless romantic, seriously, read this. So that is my review of The Sun Is Also a Star. And have you read this book? If you have, please let me know what you thought of it. I want to know if you loved it as much as I did. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe, because I will see you next time. Bye bye.